Today, I want to talk about something with you. This topic might feel a little uncomfortable, but it is incredibly important. It's about a hidden crisis that might be quietly showing up in your kitchen, on your dinner table, and even inside your own body. For decades, we've been told that a warm bowl of oatmeal is the healthiest, wisest way to start the day. We were told it protects our hearts and provides a steady source of energy. That's practically common knowledge for healthy living, right? But what if I told you that for those of you over 60 years old, this health choice you've trusted for so long might be silently draining your strength and even making you weaker? I know, that sounds like it goes against everything we've been taught, but please, give me a moment of your time. Because what we're going to talk about today isn't just about breakfast choices. It's about how we need to rethink aging and how we can take back control of our bodies during the golden years of our lives. The core of our conversation today revolves around a medical term called sarcopenia. You may not have heard the word, but you have almost certainly felt its effects. So what does sarcopenia feel like? It's that feeling of weakness in your wrist when you try to twist open a stubborn jam jar. It's that moment of hesitation when you need to use your hands to push off the armrests, just to stand up from your favorite sofa. It's the feeling when you're climbing stairs and your legs don't feel as powerful as they used to, maybe even feeling a bit unsteady or weak. These are not normal signs of getting older. They truly are not. They are warnings. They are signals your body is sending you. Your body is telling you that it's losing its most precious asset, and that is your muscle. After the age of 60, our bodies can lose muscle tissue at an alarming rate. Later in life, we could lose up to 1/3 of our total muscle mass. And the number on the scale might not change much at all. It's like the supporting walls of a house being secretly eaten away by termites. It looks fine on the outside, but its internal structure is becoming dangerously fragile. A simple stumble, which might be nothing for a younger person, could mean a life-altering fracture for us. And so often, all of this begins with the first meal of our day. It begins with that seemingly innocent bowl of oatmeal. So where is the problem? Oatmeal itself isn't evil. The problem is that for a body that needs to rebuild and maintain muscle, it's an incomplete solution. It's almost entirely carbohydrates, with very little protein. When you wake up in the morning, after a night of fasting, your body is crying out for protein to perform repairs and reconstruction. If all you give it is a high-carb bowl of oatmeal, what happens? Your blood sugar will spike, and then crash, leaving you feeling tired and shaky around 10 a.m. But more importantly, when your body doesn't have enough protein, it may enter a catabolic state to get the essential amino acids it needs for basic functions. To put it simply, your body starts breaking down its own muscle tissue for fuel. Day after day, year after year, you think you're having a healthy breakfast, but in reality, you might be unknowingly opening the door for a thief called sarcopenia. So, what's the solution? It's not a complicated diet plan, and it's not expensive supplements. It is a simple, effective breakfast combination based on solid science. I call it the power-building breakfast. It's made of 3 foods you can find anywhere: eggs, cottage cheese, and leafy greens. Now, let's break this down like scientists, piece by piece, to understand why this combination is so powerful and how it will fundamentally change the way your body feels. First, let's talk about eggs. For years, especially the yolks, were unfairly demonized. We were told to worry about cholesterol. But now, a wealth of critical research has cleared the yolk's name. The key conclusion is that for the vast majority of people, dietary cholesterol does not significantly impact blood cholesterol levels. The moment you throw away the yolk, you are throwing away a precious source of nutrients that your muscles desperately need. Every single whole egg is like nature's perfectly designed muscle building delivery system. It provides about 6 grams of protein that is not only top quality, but also incredibly easy for your body to absorb. But the real secret weapon in eggs is an amino acid called leucine. I want you to think of leucine as the foreman on a construction site. When all the building materials, the proteins, arrive at the job site, they don't know where to start. They just stand around if the foreman isn't there to give orders. Leucine is that foreman with the blueprints, yelling, Let's get to work. Start building right here. It sends a powerful signal that kickstarts the muscle protein synthesis process in our bodies. As we get older, our bodies experience something called anabolic resistance. In simple terms, our muscle cells become a bit hard of hearing. They don't respond as well to the signal to start building. This means we need a louder, clearer commander to wake them up. And the leucine in eggs is that powerful signal. It helps us overcome this resistance, and it tells our body in no uncertain terms, stop breaking down muscle, and start rebuilding now. So by eating 2 whole eggs for breakfast, you're giving your body about 12 grams of high-quality protein, and you are directly flipping the switch to activate muscle growth. Next up is the second key ingredient in this breakfast combination, cottage cheese. I know, cottage cheese may not be the most exciting food on the breakfast table, and for some, the texture might take some getting used to. But from a nutritional standpoint, it is a quiet powerhouse. Its strength lies in a type of protein called casein. If the protein in eggs is the fast, acting sprinter that immediately starts the muscle-building job, the casein in cottage cheese is the long-distance endurance runner. It's a very slow digesting protein. Once it's in your stomach, it forms a gel-like substance, and then it slowly and steadily releases amino acids into your bloodstream over the next several hours. What does this mean for you? It means your muscles receive continuous nourishment for a long time after you've finished your breakfast. It helps your body stay in an anabolic, or rebuilding, state for much longer. It's like hooking up your muscles to a protein IV drip that lasts for hours, giving them a constant supply of raw materials to repair and grow. For those of us over 60, this is especially important. Our digestive systems may not be as efficient as they once were, and cottage cheese is very easy to digest, placing no extra burden on our bodies. Just half a cup of cottage cheese can easily provide you with over 10 grams of high-quality casein protein. If you don't love the plain taste, get creative. Add some cinnamon and a few berries, and it becomes a delicious dessert. Sprinkle on some black pepper and chopped tomatoes, and it becomes a savory snack. The key is to get this endurance-building powerhouse into your breakfast. So now we have the eggs to start the engine, and the cottage cheese for long-lasting fuel. What's missing? The answer is nutritional support. Something like a small handful of spinach, kale, or arugula. Please, do not underestimate this little bit of green. They aren't just a side dish. They are the essential lubricant for the entire system, the catalyst that makes everything else work more efficiently. Leafy greens are packed with minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium. These are not just names on the periodic table. They are direct participants in every single muscle contraction you make. Magnesium helps regulate muscle cramps and stiffness, making you feel more relaxed. Potassium is vital for maintaining a steady heartbeat and smooth muscle function. Even more amazing, leafy greens are rich in something called nitrates. After you eat them, beneficial bacteria in your mouth convert these nitrates into a miracle molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a potent vasodilator, which means it relaxes and widens your blood vessels. I want you to imagine your blood vessels are the highways that deliver nutrients to your muscles. Nitric oxide turns those narrow country roads into an 8-lane superhighway. This allows the amino acids from your eggs and cottage cheese, along with oxygen, to be delivered faster and more efficiently to the muscle tissues that need them most. At the same time, metabolic waste products that cause fatigue after exertion can be cleared away more quickly. Better circulation means your muscles get better nourishment, work more efficiently, and recover faster from daily activities. That nagging ache in your knees, the stiffness in your hips, and that general feeling of sluggishness when you wake up in the morning can all be improved. So you see, this power-building breakfast of 2 whole eggs, half a cup of cottage cheese, and a handful of leafy greens isn't just a random collection of foods. It's a carefully designed system where each part supports the others. The eggs press the start building button. The cottage cheese provides the building materials for hours on end, and the leafy greens widen the delivery routes to make sure those materials get exactly where they need to go. This is simple, yet incredibly powerful, science. Now, I want to pause for a moment and talk about my strategy for making a real difference. This strategy isn't just about the food itself. It's about providing value that goes much deeper than a meal plan. I know that hearing all this information can spark one of two reactions. One is excitement, a feeling that you've finally found a solution. The other might be skepticism, or even a sense of fatigue. You might be thinking, do I really have to change another lifelong habit? This sounds like a lot of work. I'm already this age, will it even make a difference? This quiet, doubtful voice in our heads is the single biggest obstacle on our journey to fight sarcopenia and reclaim our vitality. So, I want you to look at this breakfast in a new way. It's not just food to fill your stomach. It is the first decision you make every single morning. A decision to choose strength over frailty. It is a promise you make to your body. A promise to nourish it with the best fuel, and to respect it with intention. And it is a silent declaration. A declaration to the world, and to yourself, that age is just a number. That I will not passively accept the so-called normal decline of aging. I will live every chapter of my life proactively, with dignity, and with abundant energy. Every time you choose to prepare this breakfast, instead of grabbing a piece of toast or a bowl of oatmeal, you are reinforcing a new identity. You are no longer just an older person passively watching yourself age. You are the architect of your own health, actively building a better future for yourself. This is the new value we are creating here. We are not just giving you a recipe. We are giving you a tool to redefine yourself and regain control over your life. Because true, lasting change always starts from within. It starts with how we see ourselves and what we believe we can become. When you start to see this breakfast with this mindset, it's no longer a chore. It becomes a source of power. With every bite, you can feel your strength returning. You can feel yourself laying a solid foundation for independence, freedom, and dignity. Of course, life needs variety. Nobody wants to eat the exact same thing every single day. This power-building breakfast is a core framework, and you can absolutely build upon it and get creative. You can scramble the eggs with some mushrooms and onions. You can blend the cottage cheese and eggs to make high-protein pancakes. You can bake them into a delicious frittata. For the leafy greens, the options are endless. Spinach, kale, arugula, broccoli, zucchini. You can rotate them. You can even add a sprinkle of flax seeds or chia seeds for extra healthy omega-3 fatty acids and fiber. And if you truly cannot part with your oatmeal, that's okay. We can upgrade it, not abandon it. Try adding a scoop of unflavored whey protein powder to your oatmeal. Or mix in half a cup of cottage cheese. And have a hard-boiled egg on the side. With this simple change, you've transformed a high-carb energy source into a much more balanced meal. The key principle to remember is to ensure your breakfast provides at least 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein. This number isn't arbitrary. It's been confirmed by numerous studies to be the effective dose for helping seniors overcome anabolic resistance. It is the gold standard for maintaining muscle mass and strength. Beyond breakfast, we can extend this philosophy to all areas of our lives. For instance, try adding omega-3 rich fish, like salmon or sardines, to your weekly menu. Omega-3 is a powerful natural anti-inflammatory agent. It helps our muscle cells become better receptors for the building signals sent by protein. It's like giving your muscles' ears a hearing aid, so they can hear the command to start building more clearly. For another example, try making extra virgin olive oil your primary cooking oil. It's rich in polyphenols, which gently reduce chronic inflammation in the body, protecting your muscle tissue from cumulative damage. And foods like nuts, seeds, and legumes, they are all essential members of this strength-supporting family, providing a wide range of benefits. But please remember, all this nutrition needs a place to go. If you eat all these wonderful foods and then sit on the sofa all day, the effect will be greatly diminished. Nutrition and exercise are two sides of the same coin when it comes to fighting sarcopenia. One cannot work without the other. I'm not asking you to run a marathon or become a bodybuilder. I am suggesting you engage in simple, safe, and effective resistance training. So what is resistance training? It's simply making your muscles work against a force. That force can be your own body weight, a resistance band, or a pair of light dumbbells. For example, you can hold onto a sturdy chair at home and practice sitting down and standing up. Go down slowly and stand back up with control. Repeating this 10 to 12 times is an excellent exercise for your leg strength. You can also sit in a chair and use a resistance band to do bicep curls and overhead presses to work your arm muscles. These simple movements are sending a message to your muscles, telling them, I need you. I need you to get stronger. When you combine the power-building breakfast with regular, light resistance training, a wonderful chemical reaction occurs. The protein you eat now has a clear destination and purpose: to repair and rebuild the muscle fibers that were activated during your exercise. This is the beginning of a virtuous cycle. As your muscle mass increases, your basal metabolic rate goes up, helping you manage your weight more effectively. As your muscle strength improves, your balance gets better, significantly reducing your risk of falls. And as your body becomes stronger, you'll have more confidence to try new things, to travel, to play with your grandchildren, and to fully enjoy everything life has to offer. We've covered a lot of ground today. We started with a bowl of oatmeal, deconstructed the truth about sarcopenia, built the scientific case for the power-building breakfast, and even touched on the deep psychological motivation behind making a change. Right now, all the information and all the tools are in front of you. This is no longer just about nutrition. This is about your life. It's about your freedom. The freedom to lift your grandchild up from the floor without a second thought. The freedom to walk out the door on your own, carrying your own groceries home with confidence. The freedom to live in your own home, without depending on others for care. And the freedom to interact with the people you love without physical limitations. Your legs have carried you through a lifetime of journeys and stories. Now they need your care and support. Muscle loss is not an inevitable fate. It is a result of our choices. At every meal, you are making a choice. Are you choosing to build your strength, or are you choosing to let it slip away? I don't want to pressure you into thinking you have to change everything at once. That's not realistic. Real change begins with one small, but firm step. So today, I want to invite you to make just one commitment. Not forever. Not even for a month. Just start tomorrow morning and try it for 1 week. For just 1 week, replace your usual breakfast with the power-building breakfast. See for yourself how your body responds. Notice if you still have energy at 10 a.m. Feel if your legs are more stable when you climb the stairs. And experience that sense of control over your own body that comes from within. The question is simple. What one change will you start with today? It doesn't have to be everything. Just one. One simple, conscious change can start you on the path to a future filled with strength. Please, let me know in the comments below. How are you going to make your first power-building breakfast? Or share one thing you wish you had more strength to do. Let's encourage each other here and witness the change together. If you found today's content valuable, please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends and family. Because this knowledge about strength and freedom deserves to be heard. Remember, your body is your most valuable asset. Starting with your very next meal, choose to invest in it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.